everyone, and welcome back to the Hollywood Actors Guide to Surviving the Film and Television Industry. This is your host, Jennifer Lynn Warren. What's up? So today is another one of my little randomized podcasts. I have a few things on my mind, so we'll see if we get an overarching theme today or not. Who knows? Let's just have some fun. Sometimes when we're in the room and we're given a redirection, or these days we're on Zoom and we're given a redirection, I see actors just jump right into what they think the casting director or director wants. They don't ask questions and they don't stop to think about what has even just happened. And I think that it is a really good practice that if someone says, let's do this again, but let's do it this way, if it's a really big thing, ask if you can take a minute, if asked to do a different direction. If it's more of a minor direction, don't even ask if you can take a second. Just take a second. We all know that moment when an actor kind of steps back. We usually look down and we're processing it, right? And sometimes if I really want the job, I'll repeat back to them what I think they just said to me to make sure that I'm clear. Now, this is a hard thing to get practiced at unless you're in an acting class. And this is where you should be practicing this. In fact, I do this so often that it was pointed out to me in class by my teacher recently going, you know what I like? I like that when I give you direction, you always take a minute and you always clarify. And you do it so well. And she's a working actor herself, and she said she's going to take it into her practice. So, I think I'm onto something about this. Another thing about preparation and getting this career going, and it's a hard thing to do because it can be hard to think about, is thinking about what your competition is doing and raise the stakes. Top them at least one notch. The reason why this, especially used to, but even now makes me uncomfortable, is because I always have this assumption that my competition always has a trust fund and an unlimited amount of money, and they're in class 12 hours a day and then partying at Hollywood mansions with directors at night. I don't know why that's just my assumption. That's what my assumption is. Everybody has but me, right? But that's not true. We're all kind of down here going, what the heck do I do? And so those people who can take classes 12 hours a day and hobnob around town, guess what? They're not my competition. The people who are my competition are the people who can spend the money I can in classes, who have the type of contacts I have, that are getting the same type of opportunities that I am. But what could I do to one-up them? It's kind of a tricky way of one-upping yourself at the moment, right? I also want you to practice showing no hesitation. So many times in class, I will see, the professor will be like, all right, who wants to do their monologue first? And everyone hesitates. No one puts up their hand. And every time my hand goes right up. I'm like, I'll go. And everyone's like, wow, you always want to go all the time. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm paying a lot of money for this class, so I would like to act. Second of all, I feel like the fresher the material is from, the car ride into class, the better prepared I am. And I feel like that's the way it's going to be on set. I'm not going to sit there and watch everyone else's scene and then do my scene. I'm going to prepare my scene and then do my scene, right? So I try to make everything as true to what an actor's life is really like. And also, I love to act. I love to perform. That is what I'm there to do. I am sitting there on the edge of my seat. I cannot wait to perform. Even if I don't feel like it, that's what I tell myself all the time, because that is the state that we need to stay in at all times. So don't hesitate and don't ask. If you go into an audition and you want to sit, you find a chair and you pull it out and you tell them that's what you're going to do. There is a politeness to doing something like that. I'm not saying to be mean or an asshole about it. There is a polite way to do it without giving away your power. And lastly, being an actor, it's really just being really comfortable in awkward situations. Whether you're in an audition or you're prepping with someone for a scene, or you're in an acting class, or you're on set performing, what we do is so weird and so awkward that if you can't get comfortable with being weird and awkward and comfortable in weird, awkward, uncomfortable situations, this may not be the career path for you. So that's it. That's all I have this week. If you want to practice being uncomfortable with people, go on weaudition.com. Use promo code HAG25. That's HAG25 to get your lifetime discount. Break a leg out there, and remember, you are not alone.